good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning. It is shortly after 7 o'clock as the time of this recording, and we have an area of low pressure here in southwest Nebraska and a front right here. That front actually lifted to the north yesterday as a warm front. A couple of things worth note. You see the breezy southerly winds on the warm sector, and you have the breezy northerly winds in the cool sector here. Couple of things that are going on as well here. So I've already kind of drawn in a couple of things, which I'll erase in just a bit. We're seeing low clouds developing in the cool sector right in here. Low clouds, even some foggy conditions in northwest Nebraska. We're just starting to see clouds developing in the southeast. And all of these are going to kind of merge in the middle as this front that's right here is going to slowly push southeast today. So clouds going to fill in through the morning hours. So any sun you get this morning, enjoy it while you have it, because we're not going to see a whole lot of sun these next couple of days. So let's play this out here on Futurecast here as we play it through the day. There's the cloud cover moving in. Could even be some drizzle, especially by this afternoon, and some light rain. Can't rule out an isolated thunder shower, although the chances of that aren't great. It's just a 20% chance. But by late this afternoon, that front is going to be kind of right in here, just passing through the Tri-Cities as the winds will switch. So colder air to the north of that boundary, warmer air to the north. This front is going to meander back and forth, so it's not even really a cold front. It's also what I call a quasi-stationary front. So a stationary front doesn't move. It just sits there. Quasi-stationary, it moves back and forth a little bit, but it really doesn't have the forward moving of a cold front, at least the faster moving cold front movement, or the faster moving warm front movement. So it's just what we call a quasi-stationary front that'll drift back and forth, and you'll notice it here these next couple of days. Tonight we keep the clouds around with a slight chance of rain or drizzle, isolated thunder. The front's actually now going to be right about here. This is about as far southeast as it's going to be until sometime Tuesday night. Now, as we get into Wednesday, it's actually going to lift back to the north as a warm front, so quasi-stationary, moving back to the north as a warm front. We'll have a slightly better chance of rain and isolated thunderstorms. We're still not looking at a great chance, but it's a slightly better chance. Not a lot of sun, maybe a little bit out here to the west and southwest here. Now, by the end of the day, that front's now here. It's kind of right in here. We're all back to like more of a southerly wind, so pretty mild temperatures out there for your Wednesday. Wednesday night, that front's still kind of hanging out. We have more rain and thunderstorm chances here as we get towards Wednesday night. By Wednesday night and a Thursday morning, now here's Thursday at 7 a.m., the front's right here. Still hanging in the area. It's going to start to make its progression southeastward Thursday and especially Thursday night. And look at that, off to the northwest, a little bit of a mix in the northwest part of the state. For the rest of us, showers and thunderstorms, and maybe even a little severe weather late Wednesday into Wednesday night. The Storm Prediction Center has a small chance of severe weather for southeast Nebraska. It's a marginal risk there for large hail and severe wind gusts. I don't think we'll see a lot, but can't be completely ruled out. Well, temperatures over the next several days will be reflected by the frontal boundary. It's mild this morning in the southeast. It'll be a warm day today southeast, cooler to the northwest. Same thing tonight. Temperatures coolest in the northwest, warmest in the southeast overnight. Same thing tomorrow. I'm gonna be putting this on repeat for the next couple of days. You'll notice it there. Again, cooler temperatures north, warmer temperatures to the south, and then tomorrow night kind of the same deal. 30s northwest, 60s southeast, 40s and 50s in between that front in the area. Thursday, still again that discrepancy. You have the warmer air in the southeast, but look, it's starting to get a little colder here. This cold air right here, that is finally going to push southeast and bump out all of these warm temperatures as we get into Thursday night and Friday. Much colder air coming on Friday. That's the first of two big pushes of cold air that are going to come at the end of the week. So again, decently mild these next couple of days for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances right now, I will tell you, I think in my opinion, it's Wednesday night and a Thursday morning that bring us the best chances of rain. That rain is going to wrap up sometime either late Thursday night or very early Friday morning. As that cold air comes in, that's going to kind of budge the rain out of here. And Friday is going to be a chilly and blustery day, especially in the morning. The winds will be strong in the morning. It's not going to be a pleasant day. Again, that's the first of two pushes of cold air. The second one coming in over the weekend brings colder air. Now, this is a Tri-City specific forecast, as 7-day is, and keep in mind we have a large range and a large viewing area here in the Local 4 viewing area. But for the Tri-Cities, I think it's going to be a cold rain much of the day Saturday, and then it's colder, and that will also include Lincoln. Lincoln for the Husker game, chilly, could be a little wet, but it should be liquid, but it's not going to be a nice day in Lincoln either. Sometime late Saturday or Saturday night, we start to see a transition to a mix of precipitation, which could go from rain to freezing rain or sleet, and then eventually to snow sometime Saturday night or Sunday morning. This does not look as significant, though, going into Sunday. In fact, sometime Sunday morning, this moisture is going to wrap up. It should be done before noon. So I don't think we'll see a whole lot of snow accumulation in the Tri-Cities area. And then we'll spend Sunday afternoon dry, and it looks to stay dry with more sunshine into Monday as temperatures warm up. We're done with the growing season at this point as we get into the weekend. Much colder nights are ahead of us this weekend. But again, after that, we kind of slowly climb back up. Temperatures next week still in the 40s for the first few days, maybe back to the 50s by next Thursday. There are signs of even warmer air coming in by next Friday and into that weekend, that first weekend of November here. So here's the deal with the forecast right now. The impacts, some impacts in the Tri-Cities, not too bad though. They will be worse the farther northwest that you go in the local for viewing area. So let's take a look at a couple of long-range forecast models. Again, here's the wet weather of the next couple of days. I'm not going to put too much focus on it. Here's the dry weather for Friday. Okay, we're between systems. We got some cold air in place now. Then comes the next system with the next shot of colder air Saturday into Saturday night here. So here's Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Rain to the southeast, snow in northwest Nebraska, a little bit of a mix in between. I think the Tri-Cities will be liquid most of the daytime, but then we may start to see that mix move in later in the day and into Saturday night. Heavy snow in northwest Nebraska, so there could be some accumulation there. But notice as the snow pushes southeast, we may get a brief push of maybe enough heavier snow to get some minor accumulation Saturday night and Sunday morning. But then this quickly starts to kind of diminish and clear on out during the morning Sunday. There's Sunday at 10 a.m. Afternoon's dry. After that, we're looking at a stretch of some drier weather with sunshine. So any snow that develops will be melting off next week for those that get snow. And then hopefully we'll start to warm up at the end of next week. Let's take a look at the GFS model. There are some minor differences here and there. Okay, so some wet weather the next couple of days. We'll just kind of blow through this. This is a little more aggressive on Thursday, by the way, than the European is. And then this clears out sometime Friday. Maybe even skirts northern Nebraska with a little bit of snow Friday morning. So, but most of Friday looks dry. Colder air's in place. Next shot of colder air coming this weekend. Here comes the moisture. Saturday morning, now the GFS is a little more aggressive with the colder air. It doesn't have as much rain, has more of a mix. This could mean a little bit of more of the wintry stuff and could be bigger impacts for a larger part of the local 4 viewing area Saturday if the GFS were to happen. And then it kind of diminishes Saturday night and Sunday morning. But notice it just doesn't last as long into Sunday morning here, and it's clearing out pretty quickly. Already by 7 a.m. Sunday, we're done with precipitation, so it clears things out quicker. So it's kind of, there are some differences, like I said, with the forecast models. I have a little bit of extra time here before I'm going to wrap up this recording. I'm going to go into my editor mode real quick. I'm going to show you a couple of long-range forecast models. So I'm going to take this through Sunday at noon. This is going to be I'm going to show you, I'm going to start with the European forecast model. And I'm going to take the numbers off this real quick here too. There you go. Oh, let's get rid of them. There we go. So I'm not going to be on screen for this as I show you this, but I'll just show you quick. This is the European model solution for snowfall this weekend. So for most of us, minimal, but maybe, up to a couple of inches of snow, but notice higher impacts the farther northwest you go. I'm a little iffy on even getting 2 or more inches of snow just because of the temperatures. If they stay in the mid 30s, it's going to be tough for that snow to accumulate too much. So this might even be overdoing it just a bit, but it's not out of the question. The GFS model, we'll see where the differences are here. Here's the GFS. Take a little bit of time to load it in here. Yeah, it's taking some time to load in here, so I apologize for this. Here it is here. So even northern Nebraska, by the way, late Friday. Oh, see, it's still loading in here. There's northern Nebraska. I mentioned northern Nebraska that Friday, that little bit of snow Friday. There's that there. But then here comes again the weekend. Here's Saturday. By Saturday at the end of the day, maybe some minimal snow already in the Tri-Cities, but it's more likely to north, but it shows much bigger impacts in northern Nebraska compared to the European model. So that's where the two models are different, basically, is when it comes to the amounts of snow that northern Nebraska would see. So that's where we've got to kind of get things figured out here over these next couple of days here. So, but I got to let you all go for today. So I want to thank you all for watching on this Tuesday morning. I'll be back with you on Wednesday as we kind of iron out this forecast a little bit here. But I'm going to let you all go with one final look at the 7-day forecast before we go. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you all again on Wednesday. Take care and God bless. Bye.